Here first tonight, all news since 6 o'clock. At least 10 aftershocks have now rattled the Northeast. It all started happening after 6:30 tonight. And of course, the big earthquake was at 10:30 this morning with the big 4.8 magnitude earthquake that shook cities right from New York to D.C. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us on this Friday night. I'm Doug Proffitt. So far, no damage, no injuries from the rare earthquake or the aftershocks. The shaking centered right in New Jersey, just 50 miles away from New York City, and was felt from Massachusetts to Washington. The rare quake was captured by many cameras, including this live stream from an EarthCam webcam atop the Statue of Liberty. According to Columbia University, this is the strongest earthquake to hit New York City since 1884. Now to a Louisville connection. Former Churchill Downs media relations manager Lane Gold found himself right in the middle of the quake. Gold now lives in New York, but still hosts a Louisville radio show called Kentucky Winner's Circle. He was on the air in New York when the quake hit.
It's bizarre. You think of weather phenomena. We get nor'easters, we get snowstorms, we get thunderstorms. You guys went through tornadoes, of course, this past week, something so common in Louisville. But earthquakes is something it doesn't, we get the occasional hurricane, but earthquake does not ever come into what you ever would think it would happen.
And amazingly, from the earlier earthquake, no reports of injuries or major damage to any infrastructure, including New York City's subway system, runways at the major airports, or train routes from Amtrak. The NYPD is using drones to inspect buildings and bridges to see if there's anything out of place. President Joe Biden has spoken with New Jersey's governor and offered federal assistance to the state if it is needed. Also new tonight from Baltimore, the body of one of the 4 construction workers missing after the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse was recovered today. The U.S. Coast Guard has identified him as 38-year-old Manor Sandoval. The salvage dive team found his body early this morning and notified Maryland State Police. 6 construction workers were killed when the cargo ship crashed right into the Baltimore Bridge over that river last week. And now happening in Nelson County. He's staying put, dodging the move to oust him from his job. Nelson County School Superintendent Wes Bradley is back. The decision came directly from the Kentucky Department of Education. WHAS 11 team's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester found out it isn't the only change coming out of the big decision in Bardstown.
Only a month after the Nelson County School Board fired him in controversial fashion, Wes Bradley is back in the superintendent's seat following a decision by the Kentucky Department of Education overruling the school board.
I hope that this decision means that we can start to really put students first.
I just don't see this administration working with this board.
A KDE investigation found the school board, quote, did not provide competent and relevant evidence to support any of the charges against Bradley. In a statement to WHAS 11 News, District 3 board member Tracy Bowling said she applauds KDE's decision. Quote, given the dedication of our teachers and leaders to the success of our students in NCS, it is essential that we unite with our community and families.
But I said that he brought this on himself.
Former Nelson County School Board member Bill Osborne says he's disappointed with the decision.
They're going to sit in Frankfurt on their little ivory towers, and we're going to have 2 more years of chaos.
Critics like Osborne argue under Bradley, the district's education score sat below any surrounding districts.
He has probably brought one of the best visions to K-12 education that I've seen in my 30-plus years in K-12 education.
Still, Bradley managed to keep much of the support from Nelson County principals and educators, including former school board member Damon Jackie, who resigned in the fall.
My thing was the much bigger piece of I had concerns over ethical misconduct by certain members of this board, possibly even illegal conduct.
Not only will Bradley stay on as superintendent, but KDE plans to conduct a review of the school board itself come May.
What will any of this mean? It's hard to tell.
KDE's investigation found a, quote, tremendous amount of dysfunction and, quote, unwillingness for meaningful and productive communication between the board and superintendent.
Whether we agree with it or disagree with it, and try to get through these next couple of years and go from there.
By overriding the board and reshifting focus, both supporters and opponents hope the end result is more support for students. In Nelson County, Connor Steffen, the WHAS 1119 on your side.
WHAS 11 News has contacted all of the current Nelson County School Board members. Tracy Bowling is the only one who got back to us. Bradley, by the way, could not be reached for comment tonight. Well, for years, advocates and residents in one of Louisville's largest public housing complexes have been calling on city leaders to address safety concerns. Now, one mother is sharing her story 10 months after her son was shot and killed at Dker Manor, the senior living complex right near downtown that opened in 1968. Dorothy Head is seeking answers after her son was killed at the complex. There are still no arrests in the shooting death of William Grant. WHAS11 19's Taylor Woods talked to his mother, who says she is not able to heal without justice.
William was like the person that made the party.
It's been nearly 10 months since 34-year-old William Grant was shot while visiting at Dker Manor Apartments on June 30th, 2023. He was rushed to U of L Hospital, where he died.
And they told me they tried to save him, but they could not. They said he took one bullet to the chest and he died.
It's painful for Grant's mother, Dorothy Head, who has no answers about who killed her son and what led to the shooting. The last thing she told him was to avoid the apartments.
Stay away from Dker Manor, but he was telling me he's grown. He let him be a man, and him being a man got him killed.
Safety has been a top concern at Dker Manor after several violent incidents. In a statement, a Metro Housing Authority spokesperson says they've taken steps to improve security at all properties. Those include improving partnerships with LMPD, providing more training for security personnel, and upgrading building entrances.
If you know anything, just please be anonymous, whatever. Please help us get closure.
Grant's family have experienced many sleepless nights, and they're still seeking justice.
And I tried my best to trust God in all of this. But it's hard when your heart is breaking, and it's broken.
He leaves behind 2 sons who are grieving his loss.
Please just tell us, call somebody, tell somebody, so his sons can start healing, because we're not healing at all without answers.
Praying someone will eventually come forward. In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
And by the way, Louisville Metro Police are encouraging anybody who knows anything about this shooting to contact their anonymous tip line. You can call 574-LMPD or use their online portal. We got another new update today from the National Weather Service Louisville office about Tuesday's tornado outbreak. Today, the National Weather Service upgraded the tornado that touched down in Buckner, Kentucky of Oldham County to an EF2. That means that of those, that 2 of the most powerful tornadoes caused damage, both in Buckner and Beachland Beach Road in Prospect. The National Weather Service also confirmed today that there were 3 separate tornadoes that touched down along the tornado track that started in Jeffersonville, crossing the Ohio River and right up into Henry County. Well, debris is still scattered everywhere. So tonight, members of the Louisville Cricket Club gathered at Hayes Kennedy Park on Beachland Beach Road to help pick up debris. WHAS 11 Night Team photojournalist Elijah McKenzie shares why it was so important for this group to help out.
We have adopted Hayes Kennedy Park, and this cricket field here, which we are part of Louisville Cricket Club, which we started in about 2012. The parks maintains the field, but we have leased the field from the city. And the dugouts that you don't see now, they have been all gone because of the tornado.
I expect around 8 to 10 people to come out to help us pick up debris from the storm. I think the best thing is the Louisville Cricket Club came out quickly and were very willing to help us out.
Our group here, basically, they turned up on about 2 hours notice right now, just to make sure that, because our season is starting from tomorrow and we don't have a field right now, so we are playing at Cox Park. But now, once we get everything cleaned up and once the city moves the field, then we will start playing here from 2 weeks from now. I think it feels like the debris from the house, maybe from the drywall that we have.
I was told that there are a lot of small pieces of trash along the field, and then we'll walk around the perimeter and check to see what else we can find.
It's a glass piece.
This is one of the best, most beautiful cricket fields in the US right now. And most of the greatest and best cricket players from around the country want to come and play here. It's not only from the neighboring states, but all over the country. Louisville is on a world cricket map because of this field, and we want to continue the legacy and want to make sure that this is the field that everybody would like to come and play for.
And more proof that we always come together. Well, today the mayor's office announcing efforts to collect and remove more debris from the tornado that hit Prospect. Louisville Metro Works and the city of Prospect have now grouped together with several organizations to help clean up debris and offer free pickup for residents. Collection will begin on the week of the 15th in April to give residents time to collect and transport debris right to your curbside. They say all debris must be separated, by the way, by type. That means a pile for vegetation, home contents, and construction and then demolition debris. It should be placed right on the curbside as close to the roadway as possible, and the debris should be out by the 15th and should not, again, they do not want you to put it in any bags. Pickup is only for people living in this zip code 40059. Again, that's 40059. Today, Metro leaders helping break ground on Louisville's newest park, the first in Louisville's 25th district, which covers a large portion of southwest Jefferson County. Windsor Park will cover nearly 11 acres donated from the Metro Sewer District and the Windsor Forest Homeowners Association. The park will include a spray park, playgrounds, walking paths, and shaded areas for residents in an underserved portion of Louisville.
So what this is going to do is not only help the community, but it's going to help the youth. And it's going to give them a place and a space to be able to enjoy and have a better quality of life in this part of the city.
A $1.3 million investment from the American Rescue Plan and general funds allowed the process for the park to begin. The location already serves as the trailhead for the Louisville Loop.